Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday and welcome back. What you're looking at here, besides like a bunch of garbage on my floor, is actually just a little bit of a caveat, but almost a year's worth of skincare empties from me. So back at the beginning of 2020, I thought it might be kind of interesting to keep my skincare empties after I do my monthly empties, just to be able to look back at the end of the year and see what products I was using over and over again, what I was using up the most of, what I enjoyed maybe using more than other things. So yeah, this is the end result of keeping all of my beauty, well, just specifically my skincare trash for a year. There's some more over here as well. So I thought I'd take you guys through and just kind of showed you what I ended up using up. I think it's kind of fun to see everything in little piles like this, and I'll tell you how I separated all of this stuff here in a second. But I think I have all but essentially maybe 2 or 3 months worth of empties here. There were a couple months where I forgot that I was doing this project and I automatically either recycled or trashed things after I recorded the monthly empties video. But I think this is a pretty good representation here. There are some things here that I started back in 2020. A lot of the cleansers I started and finished in 2020. But some of these things I also had left over from 2016, 17, 18, 19. I certainly have a backlog of skincare. I'm sure you guys could imagine, just based on everything that I buy, and occasionally things are sent to me. So, you know, there's quite a bit of stuff, and I'm making more of an effort to finish up all of the things that I have open currently versus just automatically opening a new thing every couple weeks and pushing something to the back. That also means that some of these things I have finished in different ways. So I may not have finished them on my face. With some of the moisturizers, for example, I've started using a lot of those on my chest and my shoulders, just areas that I haven't really treated with skincare per se before. But those products are working great in those areas, and being that they've never been treated before, yeah, my chest really appreciates being shown some attention. So anyway, let's go ahead and start diving through. And I'm just going to kind of run you through a few of the things that I finished up in each of these sections. And we can kind of get a sense of maybe the ingredients that I really like along the way. Specific products that I tend to repurchase over and over again, that type of thing. So yeah. All right, you guys, let's start over here with cleansers. I'm gonna try to figure out the least awkward way to do this. I'm just gonna kind of reach over and grab some things. So all of these things here were my cleansers that I managed to save from the year. Again, there might have been 1 or 2. I'm thinking specifically there's some cleansing balms that didn't make their way in here because I know I went through quite a number of those. But yeah, so there's cleansing balms from Ren. The Strivectin Multi-Action was one of my favorites this past year, and I repurchased that multiple times. The Derma E is kind of my current favorite. I love this one, and it's super affordable. The Drunk Elephant was really nice. In terms of cleansers, still love my Kate Somerville Exfoliate. The Dr. Loretta cleansers, specifically her Gentle Hydrating Cleanser, is fantastic. This is probably one of my most repurchased cleansers, and you can see it's in the older packaging, but it is the Skin Balancing Oil Reducing Cleanser from Paula's Choice. Love this one, continue to love it. Another one that I really liked this past year was the Derma E Skin De-Stress Calming CBD Cleanser. Actually just repurchased this and also just repurchased this. So these two are fantastic and I highly, highly recommend them. Also in here is, there's some good molecules. There's some Murad, some more Murad. There's another Paula's Choice cleanser. There's a Dermalogica. There's another Dermalogica Clear Start, which is really good. There's also a CBD jelly cleanser from Truly. Lots of really great cleansers here, and definitely some holy grails for sure. Now, I know this is not the only manual exfoliator that I went through this past year. I'm trying to think of, I know I went through a Derma E microdermabrasion, at least one or two of those last year. So yeah, but I did manage to save this one. So I do love me a good manual exfoliant. I know those are not for everybody, but I still enjoy them. So we're gonna head over here. Next were toners, and this was another one where I know for a fact that there was a couple of toners that didn't make their way into this yearly empties, but let's talk about what I do have here. I know there was another full size of this one, the Murad Hydration Prebiotic 3-in-1 Multi-Mist. Love this one. And then I actually got started at the beginning of 2020 with the smaller guy here. So, and then went through 1, 2 of the big ones and really actually missing that right now. I love that one. Also love this Paula's Choice Resist Weightless Advanced Repairing Toner. I've actually been through several bottles of this, not necessarily just this year, but I've enjoyed this for quite some time. And then there's also the Ren Ready Steady Glow Daily AHA Tonic. This one was pretty good. I do have just a few of these here, but I go through a couple boxes of these a year. These being the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Peel Pads. The Universal is good, but I found that I prefer the extra strength more. The extra strength is better for my oily skin type. So there's just a few of these here, but really fell in love with these last year, as well as the chemical peel from Dr. Dennis Gross, the 2-step system. That's really fantastic. I'm actually nearing the end of my first round of those here soon. So you'll see that in an empties coming up in the next month or so. Next to that, we have a pretty large category of various treatments. So this includes everything from like my tretinoin cream to several bottles of the 10% niacinamide booster. Here's another one from Paula's Choice. Obviously, love me some niacinamide, but I have to say, one of my new holy grails is actually the 20% niacinamide from Paula's Choice. I love this product. I have purchased all of these myself. I love this product. From time to time, I do get some random PR from Paula's Choice, but it's not super often, and they've never sent me this. I've always purchased this myself, and it's life-changing if you have enlarged pores. I know that a lot of people say that the 20% is far too strong. I don't know. It works well on my skin, so I would say if you have a more resilient, tougher skin type like me, step up from the 10% to the 20% made a huge difference in the size of my pores. Also, lots of other Paula's Choice in here because the brand just has worked really well for me. And this was actually kind of my gateway into skincare was Paula's Choice. So I'm always been very appreciative of what they've done for my skin. The hyaluronic acid booster is fantastic. This, I believe, is the peptide booster. This was great. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I have a needleless serum from Dermatology. I actually just opened a backup of this. I love this. I have a Resist Retinol booster here. This was an older one I was finishing up. I know for a fact I went through at least a couple of these. The BHA9, I use this as a maintenance to prevent sebaceous filaments and blackheads and just keep my skin looking its best. There is a Dr. Dennis Gross Stress Rescue Super Serum. Love that. I love the Soam Institute serum. This was fantastic. Two of these, the gorgeous, whoops, well, you guys saw it. The Maysama Green Rooibos Pressed Serum, fabulous. Discovered this last year, combined it with LED light therapy, and game changer. Made such a huge difference in my skin. There is a Bioluminescence serum from Dermalogica, TLC Framboos from Drunk Elephant, the Dr. Loretta Concentrated Firming Serum. I am actually just getting ready to finish another one of these. The Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Pore Perfecting and Refining Serum. Gorgeous. Went through a couple of these now, and I think it's really, really good. The De-Stress Calming CBD Serum from Derma E. There's a bunch of stuff here. So lots of great skincare finished up last year in terms of like different treatments. There's also some of these little Babor ampules. I got an advent calendar from Dr. Babor, and they had a bunch of these little ampules, and that was super fun to use. So I didn't keep all of them, but most of them made their way in here. Next to that, we have moisturizers. And in here I have moisturizers from Derma E. There's a couple of Derma E. There's actually 3 that I can see right here. So the Skin De-Stress, really nice. The Kale, Spinach, and Green Tea from Youth to the People. The Dr. Loretta Anti-Aging Repair Moisturizer is really, really fantastic. Love that. There's a Versed. There's a Good Molecules. There's a couple moisturizers from Hey Honey, which were really nice. That is the A-Balm moisturizer from Soam Institute right here. That was really good. I went through quite a few moisturizers, and my goal is this year to really finish up the moisturizers that I currently have open in my bathroom. There's a few, but like I said, I am using moisturizer in a broader like range on my body at this point. So that is going to help me use up some of the older ones. And then I'm just going to be careful about not having too many open at any given time after that. I'll just leave them sealed until I actually finish a moisturizer first. Oils, love me some oils. My holy grail is the Biossance Squalane oil. Absolutely adore this. I used to love this. This was my holy grail, and I still like it, but I don't think it's actually the best fit for me. The Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil from Drunk Elephant. I actually still have a backup of this, and what I think I'll do is use this up on like my neck and my chest, but for my face, I actually prefer the Biossance. It just absorbs so much more readily into my skin. SPF. Okay, I know that there were more of these for sure. I know there were at least 2 more of these Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense from Paula's Choice. And I think there was also a Versed. Is it Versed? I think it was the Versed one that I also finished this past summer. So yeah, I go through much more SPF than this because I wear SPF every single day, but this is definitely my favorite here. Maybe in the description box down below, I won't be linking all of this stuff. I don't have time for that, but I'll put some of my holy grail items down below. So if you guys want to read up about them, you can kind of get a sense of what I really like here. So this would definitely be in the top 5. Another thing that would be in the top 5. Here's my eye creams that I finished, by the way, last year. Yeah, this went through another one of these last year. The Strivectin Hyaluronic Tripeptide for, where's the name of it? Where is it? Hyaluronic Tripeptide Gel Cream for Eyes. There we go. Sorry. I couldn't find the front of it. Love this. Holy grail. Already have a backup. It's perfection. I can't say enough good that. I don't need to say anything else about it. I've talked about it to death on this channel, but the Renewing Eye Cream from Murad was also really quite lovely. Finished that. And then the last one that I finished last year was the Clinical Ceramide Enriched Firming Eye Cream. This one I thought was good. It was not one that I felt compelled to repurchase, but I think it was nice to try. I have to admit that I probably like the other 2 better. Well, I adore this one, but you know what I mean. So yeah, in terms of masks, so you can kind of start to see all of the stuff that I still need to put away here, but sorry. My floor is pretty dusty. The powder foundation that I use definitely settles on these wood floors every day. I have to vacuum in here quite a bit. But anyway, let's talk masks. So these are not all of the face masks that I finished. Last year, I normally I toss these. I rarely forget to keep them, but I love sheet masks. I go through quite a number of them. One of my holy grails is the City Beauty Line Smoothing Hydro Mask. I absolutely adore this one. I think it's fantastic. So that is, I've gone through several boxes of those. I actually went through a couple boxes of the Foreo Manuka Honey UFO masks. Love the Foreo UFO. It's definitely like something that you don't need, but it's really a nice thing to have. So here's the Make My Day masks, and then I tried to keep some of these. There's some Karuna masks in here. There's a couple from Lightstim. There's, oh, I loved these. Oh, they're all like sticking together because there was still some liquid in some of these. The Pharmacy Hydrating, this one was really, really good. Went through several of those. And there's more just other sheet masks down there. In terms of masks that were more traditional masks, the Filorga Scrub-In Mask, I finally finished this past year. Loved that. The TLC Sukari Baby Facial, really enjoyed that. And I went through several of these Hanacure masks. I only kept one of the little ampules here. Absolutely love the Hanacure mask. I did a mask with me with this, and it's an interesting process for sure. It gets very, very tight on your skin, but then when you rinse it off, it's just so, your skin's so beautiful. And this I am just tossing. This was the worst product that I tried last year. It's the Elevation Gold Tiara 24 karat magnetofil mask. Oh my God, this was a disaster. Here's the little magnet that it came with. It still has the mask all over it because I can't, yeah, no. And I had put a tissue around this like I was supposed to, but it just turned into such a disaster that it got all over the magnet, and I don't need to talk about it. It was a disaster. Anyway, you guys, that's my year's worth of skincare empties. Down here, I just had, I went through a couple of these Matkas derma rollers. I do really enjoy derma rolling still. I don't do it super often, but I do enjoy that. And I went through several of these. These were the Complete Skin Restore from City Beauty. This was from when I was testing the supplements. That's when my hair really started growing this year. And then I actually went through 2 of my backups of my Clarisonic brush heads, which, rest in peace, Clarisonic. It's so sad they're no longer around. But anyway, you guys, these are my skincare empties. Thank you for joining me. I plan on doing this again this year, but I actually want to keep every single month, every single month's skincare empties, and be a little bit more diligent about making sure I don't accidentally toss some of them throughout the year, because I really want to see what a solid year's worth of skincare empties would look like for me. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little journey through my 2020 skincare empties. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.